Welcome back to Talk Horror to Me. My name is Chuck, and I'm here to tell you, we and the rest of our co-hosts, make sure that we never buy a house and or stay by it in that place by itself. So before I bring in Carly, Brooke, and Ashley, Ashley has some technical difficulties that we've been trying to work out, but we will try to bring you as best as we can. Let's see what we're looking at tonight. Tonight, we review No One Will Save You, a 2023 American science fiction horror film written, directed, and produced by Brian Duffield, starring Kaitlyn Dever. It is unusual among features for having only 5 words of dialogue in a 93-minute runtime. In No One Will Save You, young woman Brynn finds solace within the walls of the home where she grew up until she's awakened one night by strange noises from unearthly intruders. Discovering other townsfolk have been infected, Brynn's only recourse is to return home and fight for her life. Yeah, she did. Fighting for all about her life. Whose pick was this? Oh, wait, it's a person with technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Ashley. Great house. I think maybe she was abducted by aliens, and that's what the problem is. That's the story we're going to go with tonight. So I have her on my phone. Hopefully she can give me her commentary that I can read for you as best as I can. But with that, let's start with Carly.
Yes.
What did you think of this film?
I had a lot of fun watching this film. It was fantastic. The actress was very expressive, so she didn't have to have the dialogue, and I loved the aliens. I liked the way they were constructed. I liked the way they acted. There were so many things about them that were kind of human-like, but it was, when she took a chunk out of that one's arm and that one was like, hey, it was fantastic. It was just a lot of fun to watch. I really enjoyed it. And, the ending, I was kind of like, really? Okay. I don't want to spoil it though. It was like, they don't want to mess with her.
How about you, Brooke?
It wasn't a good pick for me. Like, I didn't like it. It was not for me.
But why was it not for you?
I just don't like the aliens. I don't like the alien movies, except for like the faculty. The faculty was good, but it didn't spark my interest. I kept falling asleep.
All right. Well, we will come back to you because I'm going to ask you more probing questions about
Ashley says I hate and loved this film.
She did say she was going to have a lot to say about it. And there she goes. She's stuck in the comments. Awesome, but she's there. Awesome. With Brooke's, I don't know, hatred of all things extraterrestrial, except for maybe E.T., the extraterrestrial. I am going to say, now, see, you have the luxury of both my opinion and my girlfriend's opinion, because we watched it together. I watched it previously, and I said, I want you to watch this with me. And I wanted to get her take on the lack of dialogue. And she felt, while I consider Kaitlyn Dever very expressive as Brynn, I thought that there was a lot of grunts and sighs and things that kind of were like distracting a little bit, but facially, expressively, I thought she was amazing. I thought she was really evoking all the feelings that she was trying to evoke, even if we were kind of like, what's going on right now? There was a lot of that. And I think even with my girlfriend, there was a lot of what's going on right now. I'm not really sure what I'm looking at yet. But again, you have to let the movie unfold to like kind of get that backfill of information, which all good, films should be doing. It shouldn't just be spoon feeding you everything in every moment. I particularly like the letter writing she did, because you did get to read what she was writing. And if you did read what she was writing, you also got a little bit added flavor to what was happening. I think they set up, like you said, the aliens were interesting. They weren't like over the top different from the typical big-headed, big-eyed aliens we expect, but their movements were so weird. Like almost like a centaur when they're like trying to, call the planes in, the saucers in.
Yeah.
Just like the fact that she was so utterly alone in this film, both
Mhm.
from a townfolk perspective and warding off the aliens perspective. I was like riveted to like see what she was going to do next in this film. So it totally kept my interest. Ashley, what? What's this?
What
Oh,
size were they really? What?
yeah, bring that up. Who's in charge? Brooke, you're going to be in charge of
Well,
putting
I
up
mean,
the.
Okay.
it's
There you go.
she's got a point because some of
Yeah.
them were like regular and some of them were like big ass spider.
Some were
looking.
grande, some were venti.
Yes.
Some were. I mean, there was the one that looked like a dog, like kind of acted like either a child or a
Yeah.
dog. It was like almost like a pet. It had the same look, but it had like kind of a little more grotesque face, and it wasn't as streamlined. But then you had the tall size, the regular man size, and then you had the ones that were towering over houses with these super long limbs, which was super creepy in and of itself. Yeah, it was like, yeah. So what was the actual size? I'm thinking person size was the actual size because those were the ones who made some decisions toward the end about her. So I think they were like either the people in charge or the people mostly in charge. So I'm thinking that's what the size was. But what
Maybe they're looking at her like she was a serial killer.
Yeah, like why was they looking at her like, oh, because of what she did?
I mean, she did take down quite a few of them, I have to say, which was pretty unique, I would say. I like kind of the different ways they set up the kills or set up the injuries. I even like the fact that she tried to get away. Get on the bus out of town. The crop circles or the burn circles. Everything was just so like well done. Every time they panned up and did a down shot of like just how many circles there were, I thought was amazing. It just showed you just how prevalent these aliens have been. It wasn't just one. It was like a whole fleet of them taking over this town or the world. We'll never know.
Yeah, we got more comments from Ashley.
Bring them up.
Let's see.
Hemi Ford townspeople hated her. Yes, they did. Oh my god. And I get it in a way, but it was sad. And it's been 10 years. Let the poor woman live.
Well, I agree. And I did like the way that unfolded because you didn't understand why she was so tentative around people and hiding, and then people just looking at her with disdain out, just overtly. So yeah, for half the film, you're like, what's going on? Why is this dynamic the way it is? But when you saw the reveal, which I thought was well executed, it was very, very sad about how it all was. My question to you is, what was your favorite kill or moment? I mean, I had plenty of kills in this film. So, Carly, what was your favorite moment?
My favorite moment, it's kind of funny. It's when the great big spider-looking one was crawling down the house and then stumbled and fell off.
Oh my god, that was amazing! Oh my god, that's so true. Because it really
so hard.
Because it humanized. I mean, ironically, it humanized the alien.
Yes,
that they weren't like these machines just going to get you every second. Like they were stumbly, they were clumsy. They slid on the floor just as badly as you and I would. Yeah, I did think that was a great scene of them just like falling off the roof. How about you, Miss Brooke? Favorite moment? You hate aliens?
Yeah, I like the part where she would walk down the basement and the alien came down there and then like moved one of the dolls and pushed it over, like the little mannequin pushed it over and then showed up on the other side of her. I did jump at that part.
Yes, I did too, and I'd seen it before. And I just like the way they crouched and the way that like their hand movements.
That's what Ashley says.
Yeah, what does Ashley say?
Favorite moment was when the alien was crouching down in the basement, just so calm, like found you.
Yeah, that one was mine.
I mean, I also like the the mental tug of war for the picture. I thought that kind of set up a lot of curiosity for the aliens. And my girlfriend and I had a conversation about it after the fact of like, well, were they bad? We always assume aliens are invading us, and it did look like these aliens were invading and taking over. I mean, especially when they got that weird gooey kiwi dragon fruit in their throats. I mean, that was disgusting. Which is actually my favorite, is when she is pinned to the ceiling, and then they let her fall, and then they stabilize her, put her back to the ceiling, and they're doing this whole up-down thing, and then that creepy, crawly fruit tentacle-y thing. Yes, they just want to dance. I totally agree. But we can't talk about the dancing because that's a whole other part of it. But yeah, my favorite moment was just like the part where she takes it in and is supposed to take over her and give her good memories, and then that's when she utters the 5 words in the film, which were the most important words of the film about basically what the whole film was and what's even named. Mm-hmm. No one will save you. You got to do it yourself. So can we ask Ashley, will she comment about her favorite moment? I'm so excited to find out. Oh, here we go. Nope. All right. Oh, she said that. That's right. My bad. Sorry, Ashley. Love you. So my question is to all of you, what was the intent of the aliens?
Oh.
Were they good? Were they bad? Were they malicious? Were they benevolent? What's the deal?
It's hard to say. I still think like when they were probing her mind, they were just like, oh shit, she's a serial killer. Let's not fuck with her because she will fuck us up. She's fucked up several of us. So let's just let her be.
Wait, so I'm sorry. So instead of taking over her mind to make her all nice and docile, we're going to let her have her own mind so she can serial killer all of us later on? I don't know. I don't know if I agree with the reasoning. I will tell you that we come into this movie, for my opinion, we come into the movie thinking these aliens are basically like almost like the faculty that Brooke does love, that they're here to take us over, make things better. And I think that there is a parallel that they were not here to destroy us, but they're here to make us, I don't know, just
better people
in some way, just happier, not so angry and homicidal, if you will.
Yes.
But I think that the way they did that was by taking over the populace, which seems kind of counterproductive and intuitive for us who love free will. But yeah, so I mean, there's a case to be made for both. But the way they acted, like when that one got hurt, it's like I can't believe you hurt me, kind of thing. A lot of it, if you were to rewatch it several times, you're gonna get that nuance of not attacking, not like trying to kill you, but just like an utter curiosity about it.
I'm yes and no. After she killed the first one, I think they were after her.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, the way
trying to bring her in.
Yeah. Yeah. And because the really creepy, scary face, it changed from sweet and docile to creepy, scary face. And it, to me, that was like, they're trying to get even with her.
An eye for an eye, if you will.
Yeah.
Or a bell tower for a bell tower.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, Ashley says the intent was interpretation, and my opinion. My opinion. I don't know why I didn't realize opinion. My bad. LOL. Just one giant ink blot test. I probably would agree that it is a great experiment by the aliens to do what they do, and it seems like they do this on wherever planets they go to. Brooke,
they were trying to figure out why they kept killing her, or she kept killing them.
Why she was so sad. I mean, she was sad. But I kind of like Carly's assessment of like, dude, they came in just exploring, and they're like, you took one of ours, or you take put one of ours in the morgue. We're going to put one of yours in a body bag.
Yep.
I like that. I like that. How about you, Brooke? Do you think they were malevolent or benevolent or?
I thought that they were sweet. Like I thought that they were trying to implant good memories in them. I don't know. I just saw it as like something sweet. I don't know. I didn't like it.
I didn't like it. I don't like my aliens doing sweet
like
things to me.
Don't like sweet aliens. Okay.
Like sweet aliens.
Don't watch ET.
Oh no. All right. So apparently, Brooke likes her ETs to be like critters with like a little ball.
Kind of like War of the Worlds.
War of the Worlds.
Yeah, that movie with Tom Cruise. Like those aliens.
Which is very ironic because when we said War of the Worlds, Tom Cruise was not the movie I was thinking, but that's okay. It's been done many, many times, and we'll have to probably watch that on this show as well. So, oh my God. What did you think of how did you all react to the fact that there was no dialogue? Did that was it a struggle for you to watch to kind of get into it?
In the beginning.
Okay.
In the beginning it was, but the more the action picked up, the less I needed it.
Okay.
No, I was good with the no dialogue. Like even when she went into town, they didn't even speak either. Like the one lady just spit in her face. Like
yeah.
Like they didn't even talk either.
That was Maud's mother.
Yeah.
Yes. Ironically, we had subtitles on. I don't know why. But the person that almost hits her when she's running away from being spit in the face and she's running down the middle of the street, the guy in the car does actually say a line of like, "What the hell's wrong with you?" or something like that. But it's so subtle, you only picked it up in the subtitle. Closed caption.
I had them on too.
But yeah, I believe that for me, I loved it. I didn't go into it knowing that it was no dialogue, but that was just, I don't know, for me, that just made it better because you didn't have to focus on dialogue. You didn't have to extrapolate anything other than just watching, which is kind of what our aliens were doing this whole time, was just watching.
Mm-hmm.
Until they took you and put things in your throat.
Yeah, that was gross.
It was gross. I'm telling you, I don't know if I could get my hand even past my tonsils like she did, taking that thing out of her body. That's insane. But I want Ashley, if you can, to type and tell us what she thought about the no dialogue and whether it was powerful or not.
No, Coraline. Oh, sorry. I was waiting for her because Coraline.
Here's our fifth host. What does Coraline have to say about these type of movies?
Wow.
Well,
Coraline like it?
Yeah.
Here we go. I thought I would hate it, but it was actually perfect.
Nice. I love that. Yeah, I agree too. And like I said, I think this was Ashley thinks it's an ink blot test and a huge experiment, which I think it was. I think it also was really not even an invasion movie. It was really about making peace and getting closure and moving on. I did some research on this because I didn't understand the ending or exactly understood the ending as intended. I will not give it away, but for those people who are like, what the F just happened? Do some research after the fact and you get a little more kind of understanding of what they were shooting for. But I thought that the idea of closure and coming to peace and coming to terms, and the fact that no one will save you in the title is indicative of the fact that this young woman had to save herself in all regards, not just from the aliens, but from herself and from her pain. So I did love that is like kind of a overarching metaphor and a subtle metaphor for everything that was going on. So I thought that was amazing, but I don't really care about what I think. I care about what you think. So we need to know how we're going to rate this thing. So, I kind of want Ashley to tell us who to go first because it's her show. I'm so sad that she's technically unable to come with us other than in the chats. So,
Ashley, who do you want to rate first?
Let's see.
It's probably gonna take her a minute.
I don't know.
The delay.
It's a bit of a delay. It's a delay, I tell you. All right. Well, anyway, I will pick. I think that because she's so against illegal aliens, and by that I mean extraterrestrials, Brooke, how do you rate this film?
I rated a 2.0.
Ooh, all right.
A 2.0, I guess. I don't know. A spit in your face, I guess. That's the only one I can come up with.
She does 2 out of 5 spits. Okay. And Ashley just said she gives us 4 aliens talk like whales. Who knew? So I will say that for Ashley's comment that the way they spoke was very weird. Typically it's just clicks, or typically it's just like, it seemed like there was like a menagerie of speech patterns in this, which I thought was really cool. And the Cenophore. And the whole, like, the way they're bringing in the planes with their weird arm gestures and very clicky clacky, abrupt movements. But yet they have very smooth movements. So I thought there was a nice dichotomy of how they walked and talked. But how about you? We have 2 spits from Brooke. So you, Carly, what do you give this film?
I give it 5 little bells on top of the schoolhouse.
Oh, wow.
Now, are they on top of the schoolhouse, or are they inside
in the bell
dome?
tower?
In the dome.
In the dome.
In the dome. Wow, that's high praise. That's high praise, Carly. And I don't know how to top that. I don't want to give it a 2. No. I don't want to give it a 5, but it's damn close to a 5 for me. So I'm going to give it a 4.5. But now I've been put on the spot, so I don't know what I should do it. I'm going to give it 4.5 weird tentacly dragon fruits that live in your I wish I could describe them more so, but they were pretty amazing. So with that, I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought it had something different that I hadn't really seen before. I mean, I've seen silent films. I've seen black and whites. I've seen, Schindler's List, where there's that one bit of color of the coat throughout the film. They let you know, like, the process of that one little girl, throughout the entire film. So I've seen a lot of gimmicks, but this was a gimmick that didn't seem like a gimmick. It just seemed perfectly, like Ashley said, perfectly cast and perfectly, like, done in a way that filmmakers intended. And I think they executed perfectly on that vision. I think if we get people to respond and comment about this, I think the ending is going to be the thing that really is going to be decisive between what people are like. I don't, what, huh?
I'm telling you. They were like, I ain't fucking with her.
Well, luckily I know better. That's not what the intent was.
I know. But I like that theory.
Dude, I would never let a serial killer go free just for hoping they wouldn't kill more of me. And that's just me. But yeah, that being said, who's next? I don't know who's next. Who's next? No, it's too soon. It's too soon. And there we go. Oh, I almost had it. Almost had our precision. There we go. Next horror classic. So Brooke brought it up, I believe, last week when we were going to pivot the last second. Ellie was having some stress about the film we were watching, and she didn't like it. But we did not pivot. We kept to our word of what we were going to discuss. But the name Cobwebs was brought up. And I've been seeing it kind of making the rounds on the different platforms. And I will tell you that of all the platforms, Cobwebs is on Hulu with a subscription, but not paid. If you're trying to watch it on Prime or Apple TV or Vudu, I think you have to rent. But if you have it on Hulu, you should be able to see it for free. If not, we're going to have another problem. I will check it to verify. But so Cobweb is my next. It seems very creepy. Anything with kids and parents and kind of this weird standoff thing.
Okay.
Walls, somebody trying to how they should act. I don't know. There's a lot of creepiness I've been reading into it. So I'm super excited to see it. And that is how I I'm just like ready for it. I'm ready for it. I am ready for non-extraterrestrial, but more. And I don't want Brooke to be unhappy. It's all about Brooke being happy.
Gotta make Brooke happy. Come
Yes.
on.
Nobody puts Brooke in a corner. That's all I'm saying. But I mean, with Ashley not here, Brooke. Okay, I wanted to ask you more probing questions, Brooke. So why is it that you hate aliens so much?
I don't know. They're just not fun. They're not scary. Like, it's not scary to me.
Well,
I don't know.
So
But
you
you
didn't
know,
think-
I'm gory. You know, I
know
like
you're
gory
gory,
stuff.
but you didn't think any of the scenes with the quote unquote chase scenes in this film were tension filled?
No.
No. So basically, Carly, Brooke is who you have to look forward to being once you become desensitized to the level that she is.
Man.
I see.
But I like the faculty. The faculty was good. That was aliens.
It was. That's what I'm saying. So it's not about. So that's what I'm saying. It's not about the aliens for you. It's about how
Like-
scared you get.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
So
like
this
if it
didn't
really
scare
messes
you.
with me. This one was more like the aliens were implanting good memories in their heads to make.
And you didn't
them-
like that. That's icky.
No, yeah, it's supposed to be scary.
Well, there you have it, folks. Brooke hates happiness.
Oh,
We're here first. Ouch. But I still love the both of you, and I hate
Totally for
love
Ashley's
y'all too.
technical difficulties, but I love her.
Yes.
I
as
wanted to
well.
hear what she had to say.
I know she said she had a lot to say, and unfortunately, technical difficulties were the culprit for us. I blame the aliens for taking over the telecom communications.
Yes.
Yes. So with that said, ladies, I bid you adieu, and we look forward to you next week. So I'm going to throw y'all in the back. All right. So with that, thank you again for joining us this Sunday night. And remember, we'll bring you Cobweb next week, and we're always here to scare you later. Take care.